The A-Team Challenge, a major project of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, is produced in partnership with the School District of Lee County, Waterman Broadcasting, and NBC2. This program features high school students in both public and private schools from 6 Southwest Florida counties as they compete in this exciting academic challenge. The A-Team Challenge is brought to you by the Suncoast Credit Union.
Hello everybody, thanks again for staying with us for another round of the A-Team Challenge. It's our academic game show here on NBC2, and we're very proud to sponsor it and to have you watch it with us here today. You can watch our games on YouTube as well this year. In fact, all of the prior games are posted on YouTube, and if you go to youtube.com, look for Lee Schools TV, you'll find us there. Special thank you to the cooperation again between NBC2 and the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools and the Lee County School District, including the Communications and Production Department here at the Lee County School District. This year we're excited to play our game with a little bit of an updated format. Students, though, the questions will be in the same categories that you're used to. Both of these teams, by the way, have already won a couple of games, and they're now entering into the quarterfinals. One team today will move on to the semifinals. So your subjects will be science, math, arts and humanities, language arts, social studies and geography, as well as general knowledge and some current event questions as well. Here's a quick refresher of the rules. We will play 2 toss-up rounds, each correct question worth 10 points. No penalty for incorrect questions, but the other team will have a chance to get the question correct, possibly winning the point. The last round is our lightning round. You'll have 90 seconds to answer 10 specific questions for a specific category. You'll be working together as a group in the lightning round, but remember, in the first 2 rounds, students, you're to work individually. So, without any further ado, let's welcome our 2 schools here today. This is Barron Collier High School on my right. Fine-looking group of folks out in their blue shirts, and also in blue, but a little different shade, is Estero High School on my left there. All right, we will introduce you to the student players at the beginning of the second round, so let's get right to the A-Team Challenge and see how the scores rack up for the first part. Here we go. Students, hand on your buzzers, and we're off and running. Gail Forman wrote what novel about Mia Hall's out-of-body experiences following a car accident in which she must decide to survive or die? Sarah Estero.
If I Stay.
If I Stay is the name of the novel. That gets you started off. 10 points, Estero. All right, the next question for 10 points. In 1954, the United Fruit Company encouraged a CIA-backed coup. Nick, Barron Collier?
Guatemala.
Yeah, that toppled the president Jacobo Arbenz in what Central American country? Guatemala. 10 points, Barron Collier. What poet wrote, "That age is best which is the first," and advised, "Gather ye rosebuds while ye may," in the poem "To the Virgins to Make Much of the Time"? David Estero?
Shakespeare.
Good try. No harm to try, but that's incorrect. Barron Collier? Nick?
Frost.
No, not Frost. Robert Herrick. Next question for 10. Faraday's law of induction is one of what set of 4 fundamental electromagnetic equations named after a Scottish scientist? That is a tough science question. Maxwell's equations. No points awarded there. Next question for 10. What jam band of the album American Beauty and the songs Friend of the Devil and Touch of Grey has had their lead singer and guitarist Jerry Garcia? Evan Estero.
The Grateful Dead.
You got it. The Grateful Dead is right. 10 points. Estero, good job. What generic name is given to prehistoric sculptures of obese or pregnant women? Nick, Barron Collier.
Venus sculptures.
Venus sculptures, like the one found in Willendorf that may be related to fertility rites. Venus is the proper response. 10 points for Barron Collier. Next for 10. What vehicles, over 5,000 of which fought at the Battle of Kadesh, were exemplified by the Roman quadrigas and were often raced in the hippodrome? Nick?
Chariot.
A chariot. Straightforward answer there. 10 points. Barron Collier. The Danish Baroness Karen Blixen used the male pseudonym Isaac Dinesen to write what 1937 memoir about life on a coffee plantation in Kenya? It was Out of Africa. out of Africa. Next question for 10. The first noble gas compound was the hexafluoroplatinate of what element, which sits above radon? David Estero.
Helium?
No, David, not helium. Sorry. Nick?
Krypton.
Nope, not krypton either. Sits above radon on the periodic table, but its atomic symbol is Xe. That's xenon. Sometimes if you wait to the end of the question, you might have a better chance. That's all right. No score there. Next question for 10. Future President James Buchanan was an author of what 1854 document that discussed a possible U.S. takeover of Cuba? Alex, Baron Collier.
Ostend Manifesto?
Good job. That's exactly right. 10 points, Baron Collier, the Ostend Manifesto. Jia Baoyu, who was born with a piece of jade in his mouth, is the protagonist of what literary work? The last of China's 4 great classical novels. Nick, Baron Collier?
Wire Margin.
No, sorry, incorrect. Sestero? David?
Art of War?
No, sorry. It was The Dream of the Red Chamber, or The Red Chamber Dream. All right, next question for 10. Charles I in 3 positions, a title, was created by what 17th century Flemish court painter of the Stuart dynasty, who gave his name to a pointed beard? Alex, you're in time.
Goatee?
Sorry, not right. Not the goatee. Estero. It's a type of goatee, but it's a Van Dyke. When it's pointed like that, it's a Van Dyke, and that was the guy's last name. All right, no harm, no foul there. Next question for 10. Goethe was a privy councillor to the Grand Duke of what city, where the Bauhaus was founded in 1919, which gave its name to Germany's 1920s republic? Nick, Baron Collier.
Weimar.
All right, I'll accept that even though the pronunciation's not correct. It's the Weimar Republic, but you obviously knew how to spell it. All right, next question for 10. That's 10 points for Baron Collier. The Geiger-Marsden experiment used a thin foil of what metal to determine that the atomic... Nick, Baron Collier.
Gold.
That the atomic nucleus is positively charged. Gold is the right response. Baron Collier in under the wire there with another 10 points. All right, that wraps up our first 10-point round. We've still got a lot more points to award on this round of the A-Team Challenge, celebrating academic excellence in Southwest Florida. I'll be back.
The Foundation for Lee County Public Schools is celebrating 30 years of enriching education throughout the school district of Lee County. Throughout its history, the Foundation has provided over $7 million in scholarships and $1.5 million in education grants. 170 teachers have received the prestigious Golden Apple Award. To learn more, visit www.leeschoolfoundation.org.
2 pennies by themselves don't add up to much. But when you're a Suncoast member, every time you swipe your Suncoast credit or debit card, Suncoast donates 2 cents to help children's programs where you live. That means Suncoast members help make their community a better place every day just by buying things with their cards. And when we add all those pennies from all those Suncoast card swipes together, we can give millions of dollars to our children's future. Visit SuncoastCreditUnion.com and learn how much Suncoast could save you.
This one's packed with hope. This one's packed with big dreams. This one's packed with inspiration. It may look like a simple brown bag lunch, but it's really a big way to make a difference. That's because when you become a Take Stock in Children mentor, it takes just 1 hour a week to make an impact that can't be measured. Change a life over lunch. Become a mentor today.
Take Stock in Children is a major program of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools. For more information on how you can become a mentor, call 239-337-0433 or email info@leeschoolfoundation.org.
Our schools are faced with increasing budgetary challenges. Now, there's an easy way for all of us to support education. By purchasing a License for Learning plate and renewing it each year, $20 are contributed to our schools to help our children. Support the License for Learning campaign. If you've got a car, get involved. For more information, call the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, 239-337-0433. Get involved.
Thanks again for watching the A-Team Challenge. I'm Robert Van Winkle, your host here this afternoon, and it's my privilege to introduce you now to our two teams and the individual players on each team. Let's start with Barron Collier on my right here. In the first spot, no stranger to the A-Team Challenge, that's Nick. Nick Rowe is a senior this year, so this will be his last round in the A-Team Challenge. He's off to MIT and will be studying mechanical engineering. Nick, good luck to you in the future. Brielle Canavino is next. She's a senior this year as well. She's off to Wellesley College and wants to study political science. Brielle, good luck to you as well. In the back row is Alex. Alex Foster is a junior, so perhaps we'll see Alex next year on the A-Team Challenge. He wants to go to Yale after high school and study computer engineering. Rounding out the team is Abhijith. Abhijith Nilamchalil is a sophomore. He wants to go to Princeton and study astrophysics. So Abhijith, Alex, Brielle, and Nick under the coaching of John O'Brien at Barron Collier High School. Now let's introduce you to the Estero players. In the first spot is David Mendez. David Mendez is a junior this year. He wants to go to Yale and have a career in politics. Next to him on the same row is Sarah. Sarah wants a career in politics as well at Harvard. Sarah Schwartz is a freshman this year at Estero High School. In the back row, this is Evan. Evan Collins, a junior. Evan wants to be a dermatologist someday, and he's going to study that at the University of Florida. And rounding out the team is Ben. Ben Brisky is a senior this year. There he is. He's going to become a psychiatrist and wants to study that field at Brown University. Ben, Evan, Sarah, and David, coached by Kelly Kaminsky at Estero High School. So we have some alternates that you'll meet in the lightning round. There's the score. A little bit of a separation here, but of course anything can happen in the A-Team Challenge. So let's see how we do with this next round. Students, hands on your buzzers. Each question's still worth 10 points. We're off and running. Sadi Carnot is credited with formulating what law of thermodynamics, which is often stated as the entropy of a closed system is always increasing. Alex Barron Collier.
The second law?
It's the second law of thermodynamics. Got that right on the money. 10 points, Barron Collier. This quote, that a customer can have any color he wants, so long as it... Alex Barron Collier.
Henry Ford.
Can you be more specific?
A motor company regarding Model T.
Yes, the Model T is what I needed to hear. That's right. Applied to what automobile? The Model T. 10 points, Barron Collier. Next question for 10. What American patriot... I'm sorry, I lost my place. Yes. What American patriot may have paraphrased Joseph Addison's play Cato when he said, I only regret that I have... Nick, Barron Collier.
Nathan Hale.
I only regret I have but one life to lose for my country. It was Nathan Hale. 10 points, Barron Collier. Next question for 10. What 19th century British poet wrote dramatic monologues narrated by the Italian painters Fra Lippo Lippi and Andrea del Sarto? David Estero?
Milton.
Good try. Nope, not right. Good try, though. I always like to hear the tries. Barron? Nick, British poet.
Thomas.
Also a good try. Browning. Robert Browning. Okay, no points there. That's all right. What composer who made a 1922 orchestration of Modest Mussorgsky's Pictures at an Exhibition is a Frenchman who wrote Gaspard de la Nuit and Bolero? That composer was Ravel. Ravel. Next question for 10. In what triangle of numbers is each entry a binomial coefficient found by adding the two... Abhijith, Barron Collier.
Pascal's
triangle, adding the two nearest entries above. Pascal's triangle, 10 points, Barron Collier. Abhijith, good job. What author of a trilogy, including Sons and A House Divided, was an American woman who wrote about a Chinese family in her 1931 novel, The Good Earth? Brielle, Barron Collier.
Pearl S. Buck.
Pearl S. Buck. You got all three of those correct. 10 points, Barron Collier. What 17th century philosopher who was excommunicated from the Jewish community in Amsterdam Nick Baron-Collier.
Spinoza.
Spinoza is right. Wrote the Tractus Theologico Politicus. Spinoza is correct. 10 points, Baron-Collier. What type of flowing material may take the form of viscous, jagged or ropey Nick Baron-Collier.
Lava.
Ropey pahohoi. Yes, that's correct. It moves downhill and cools after it's erupted. Lava is the right response. 10 points, Baron-Collier. Next question. What Scottish author wrote about a scientist who unleashes his evil alter ego? Abhijit Baron-Collier.
Mary Shelley
No.
is the author.
Mary Shelley is not the right answer. His evil alter ego in The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Estero? David?
Dickinson?
No, not Dickinson. Stevenson. Robert Stevenson. All right, next question for 10. This is a good one, geography. What mountain range, which contains the source of the Brahmaputra River? Nick Baron-Collier.
Himalayas.
Passes through the country of Bhutan. It's correct. Himalayas. 10 points, Baron-Collier. What sound is produced by a sudden closure of the glottis that accompanies an involuntary contraction of the diaphragm? Abhijit Baron-Collier.
Hiccup?
A hiccup is right. 10 points, Baron-Collier. What explorer who led the first expedition to traverse the Northwest Passage used Alex Baron-Collier?
Hudson?
Say again?
Hudson.
Hudson is not correct. The rest of the question. Used dog sleds to beat Robert Scott to the South Pole in 1911. Estero. David.
Cook?
That's a good try as well. Sorry, I can't give you the point. It's Amundsen. Amundsen. All right, next question for 10. What former senator from New Hampshire served as the 14th president of the U.S.? Nick?
Franklin Pierce.
You know your U.S. presidents pretty well. That's exactly right. 10 points, Baron-Collier. What painter who showed young George Washington cutting down a cherry tree in Parsons Weems' Fable painted his sister and a dentist in American Gothic? Good question, isn't it? Grant Wood. Grant Wood. You can see the painting, but the author or the painter is a little hard sometimes. Grant Wood. No points there. Next question for 10. The New Mexico city of Carlsbad is on what river, which flows from New Mexico to Texas? David Estero.
The Rio Grande?
No, it's not the Rio Grande. New Mexico to Texas before emptying into the Rio Grande. Nick.
Pecos.
The Pecos River is right. 10 points, Baron-Collier. Next question for 10. What lipids have 3 joined 6-carbon rings? Abhijit Baron-Collier.
Cholesterols?
No, sorry, not the cholesterols. Estero, let me finish the question. Attached to a 5-carbon ring include prednisone and testosterone and can be catabolic or anabolic. Ben Estero.
Steroids?
Steroids is right. Ben, 10 points for you. Good job. And that gets you in right under the wire there. All right. When we come back, we're going to play an exciting lightning round, and we'll see if either team can add as much as 100 points to their score in as little as 90 seconds. Don't go away.
Our schools are faced with increasing budgetary challenges. Now, there's an easy way for all of us to support education. By purchasing a license for learning plate and renewing it each year, $20 are contributed to our schools to help our children. Support the License for Learning campaign. If you've got a car, get involved. For more information, call the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, 239-337-0433. Get involved.
This one's packed with hope. This one's packed with big dreams. This one's packed with inspiration. It may look like a simple brown bag lunch, but it's really a big way to make a difference. That's because when you become a Take Stock in Children mentor, it takes just 1 hour a week to make an impact that can't be measured. Change a life over lunch. Become a mentor today.
Take Stock in Children is a major program of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools. For more information on how you can become a mentor, call 239-337-0433 or email info@leeschoolfoundation.org.
2 pennies by themselves don't add up to much. But when you're a Suncoast member, every time you swipe your Suncoast credit or debit card, Suncoast donates 2 cents to help children's programs where you live. That means Suncoast members help make their community a better place every day just by buying things with their cards. And when we add all those pennies from all those Suncoast card swipes together, we can give millions of dollars to our children's future. Visit suncoastcreditunion.com and learn how much Suncoast could save you.
The Foundation for Lee County Public Schools is celebrating 30 years of enhancing education throughout Lee County. With the support of the business community and community at large. More than 3,000 students have participated in hands-on learning opportunities at local STEM businesses through our STEM at Work program.
One of you can hand the seeds out, one can plant and one can water.
This is actually my favorite class. In this one I'm growing okra, and that one we're growing lettuce.
Our Take Stock in Children and student advocacy and mentoring programs have provided more than 5,000 hours of mentoring to low-income, at-risk students. And this year, more than 350 students will attend our college and career readiness workshops. If you would like to learn more about how you or your business can get involved, please visit us online at www.leeschoolfoundation.org.
Okay, welcome back to the A-Team Challenge concluding round. This is what we call our lightning round this year. And as you can see, the scores on the screen, our team with the least amount of points will go first. That will be Estero High School. Let me just tell you real quickly that I want to introduce you to the alternates here. The Barron Collier team has no alternates for today. You have them, but there's a little bit of sickness going around school, so you four are the healthiest members of your team, so good for you. On the Estero side, we've got 2 alternates here. Let me introduce you to Savannah Butler. Savannah is right there. She's a senior, wants to go to Cornell University and study neuroscience. Good for you, Savannah. On the other side is Ryan. Ryan Truesdell is a junior. He wants to go to the University of Florida, possibly become a marine biologist for the Navy in the future. All right, so for you folks at home, this is how this works. We will let the Estero side pick a colored envelope. There are 2 subjects, a different subject in each envelope, and 10 questions per subject. Students will have 90 seconds to answer these 10 questions, possibly get 100 points if they do so. In the lightning round, remember you can pass. That's a good strategy. If you don't know the answer, you can pass. If there's time, we will go back and give you another shot at it. If you get the question incorrect, that's it. We don't go back. We don't get any points for it. The other thing about the lightning round to remember is that the answers must come from the captains, which on this side is David and on this side is Corey. They'll be working together as a group, but only the captain's answer will be the one that counts. Estero, you'll start us off. Which color envelope do you want, blue or yellow?
We will take yellow.
Yellow is yours, blue is yours, and here we go. Your category for the final round is Heisman Trophy. Hopefully you've got some sports people on your team because all of these questions relate to the Heisman Trophy. What schools did these Heisman Trophy winners play for? Pretty straightforward. I'll give you the winner. You have to give me the school. 90 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Johnny Manziel.
Texas A&M.
Texas
A&M.
A&M.
That's correct. Texas A&M. Marcus Mariota.
Oregon.
Oregon.
Oregon is correct. Archie Griffin, who won back-to-back Heismans in the
Alabama.
1970s.
Alabama.
Sorry, incorrect. Derrick Henry.
Alabama.
Alabama.
Alabama's correct. Charles Woodson and Desmond Howard.
Pass.
Passed on that one. O.J. Simpson.
Auburn.
Auburn.
Auburn, sorry, incorrect. Tim Tebow.
University of Florida. Gators.
University of Florida.
University of Florida is correct. Robert Griffin III.
Oh, don't know me.
Pass.
Pass on that one. Jay Berwanger, the first Heisman winner. Jay Berwanger.
Pass.
You said pass. We'll go back to it in a minute. Doug Flutie.
Oh, Boston College.
Boston. College.
Boston College is right. And we'll go back to the first pass one. Charles Woodson and Desmond Howard. You've got 27 seconds.
Pass.
Passed again. Robert Griffin III.
Pass.
All right. And Jay Berwanger, the first Heisman winner.
Notre Dame.
Sorry, incorrect. All right, we still have a few seconds left for Charles Woodson and Desmond Howard. Any guess? Give me a guess.
Georgia.
Sorry, incorrect. And how about Robert Griffin III?
Baylor.
Baylor's right at the last minute. Good job. And you're out of time. That was good. That's the way to do it. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Judges? 6? And 6 at the very last minute. That gives you an extra 60 points. Let me just tell you real quick. Charles Woodson, Desmond Howard, that was the University of Michigan. All right. O.J. Simpson was USC. University of Southern California. And the other one, Jay Berwanger, the first Heisman winner, was the University of Chicago. All right, you did a great job. You got yourself an extra 60 points. And thank you very much for being here, Estero. You were winners up to this point, and you should leave with your heads held high. Good for you. All right, let's see how Barron Collier does with their blue envelope and a completely different subject matter in this one. Are you ready? Barron Collier, here's your subject. Oh, this is going to be good. From Yiddish. Give the English words derived from Yiddish, given their first letter and definition. That might be in there, but we don't know yet. All right. Yiddish is the category. 90 seconds on the clock. Go. A term for a clumsy or inept person.
Klutz.
Klutz is right. Absolutely nothing.
Zilch.
No, incorrect. Insolence, audacity, or gall.
Pass.
Pass on that one. To converse, especially to connect or gain an advantage for something.
Pass.
Pass on that one. Brined or cured salmon, often served on
Lox.
bagels. Lox is the correct response. A cheap bauble or a knick-knack.
Tchotchke.
Tchotchke is right. A minor malfunction, especially in computing.
Pass.
Pass on that one. Two-word interjection, literally meaning "oh, pain."
Oy vey.
Oy vey! Hey! An honorable or a good man. 34 seconds.
Pass.
Pass on that one. To whine or complain continuously.
Oh my God.
We can pass one.
Pass.
Pass. Okay, we'll go back to the first pass one. Insolence, audacity, or gall. You can pass again if you want. All right. To speak or converse, especially to connect or gain an advantage.
Chat.
No, not chat. A minor malfunction, especially in computing.
Bug.
No, not bug. Does bug sound like it's from Yiddish? All right. The answer to that one was a glitch. A glitch. An honorable or a good man is a mensch. To whine or complain continually is to kvetch. Kvetch, K-V-E-T-C-H. And the one about speaking to get the advantage is to schmooze. You're going to schmooze someone. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We got 4, an extra 40 points. Foregone conclusion, but you got 40 more points for Barron Collier. You'll be moving on to the semifinals. Let's give him a hand. Thank you very much for watching the A-Team Challenge.